we're going to be focusing on this, what you see here. We're going to be cracking the niche clarity code, because this is one of the biggest hurdles that people have in a knowledge business. I did a call with my inner circle team last night, and I did like a tag cloud, like a poll to find out exactly what are your biggest challenges that are there in your business as you're launching. And the number one challenge was niche clarity. See, there are some people who know what their niche is. They know what is their topic. They have experience also in the topic, but still they're not able to refine it in a way that is really going to help people in the next, as we move to the next decade. Okay. See, whatever you would have been doing the last 5 years, 10 years, if you're from the knowledge business, yes, it has worked. But if you're going to be looking into the future, the next 10 years, it's all about going micro. In fact, I want to just type in the comment box, just type micro in the comment box. Okay. Like, you cannot afford to be a generalist anymore. You have to go into specialization. Okay. And generalization can happen once you've built your brand. See, when I started this entire game, I started this game in affiliate marketing. Okay. I was creating courses on how people can launch their affiliate marketing business. It is a very narrowed down niche, and how they can have multiple streams of income in affiliate marketing. And slowly, as the community started to grow, it started to go much wider. And I could understand that there are various walks of, people from various walks of life who are coming into the system. People who are doctors, people who are, designers, people who are musicians. Now they are creating courses in my community. People who are healers, people who are relationship experts, parenting experts. And we have people from all walks of life who have come in. So when you're starting off, you have to go narrow. And then once you understand how to really develop that, from narrow, you can go to wide as you're actually building your brand, as you're building your presence. And once you get the feedback from your community on how this goes. Okay. So how many of you are really keen about on really cracking this niche code? Okay. All of you just type in the comment box, let's crack the code. Okay. With all honesty, my first 1 year of this game of building the communities, probably the first 18 months of this was very different. Okay. Like, a lot of people coming to the system, and I had a particular way on how people should find their niche in a very cookie cutter model. But then I realized that it was really not helping the marketplace. Like, a lot of people would just choose a niche because it is there on the list, without really understanding the depth of that niche, without really understanding whether they have the capability in that niche, without really understanding what does it take after you choose the niche to go deep into it. So I want to really clear that air right now. And this video, I want you to stay till the end. Even if you're watching a recording of this, watch this till the end, because I'm going to share with you a methodology that I've developed recently. I'm only going to give you a framework on how to crack this code, which is there inside my course called Niche Clarity Blueprints. I'm going to show you the screen and show you how it works. And then if you're able to resonate with this, if you're already in my community, that's great. If you're not in my community, you can jump on. Okay. And there's a process to how this really works. Okay. So let's just look at some comments over here. Yeah, we have a lot of comments over here. So see, niche clarity is like the big elephant in the room, right? So a lot of people, they want to know, how can I really crack this? How can I zero it down? So when it comes to niche, see, the first, the principle is it has to align in 5 dimensions. Okay. The first dimension is you need to have a passion in that topic. That means you really need to love the topic itself, because if you're just picking a niche purely based on if it's a hot niche, profitable niche, cryptocurrency, affiliate marketing, it's a hot niche, what ends up happening is, if you don't really love that topic, after some time you'll start to get bored of it, and it really will not help you in the long run. The second P is it should solve a problem. If your niche is not solving a problem, it's a hobby. For example, I love music, and it is a niche, no doubts. I have a passion in music, but I'm not using music to solve a problem. So it would still come under the hobby category. A lot of people come to me, said, I love cooking. Okay, I want to create a course on cooking, but in what way are you solving a problem? Are you just creating a course just because you love cooking? Or maybe are you approaching it from a way on how, okay, there are not many websites, or there are not many videos on, say, Punjabi cuisines, and I want to create a course only on Punjabi cuisines. Now then you're solving a problem. So when you take the problem focused approach, then you're moving in the right direction. Okay. The third thing is, it should be targeted to a particular persona. Persona, persona. Okay. When I say this, all of you just type those words. Okay. Just type persona in the comment box. Okay. See, if you're trying to target everyone for creating your course or a coaching or a consulting, it's not really going to serve the market. Okay. Initially, when you're starting off, go narrow in your topic, go narrow in your market. So for example, if you're a yoga expert, you can say everybody needs yoga. Okay, everybody, but then again, that's not going to help you. If you say I'm a specialist and I work only with post-pregnancy women, I work with women and I help them get back to shape post-pregnancy using the power of yoga techniques, that becomes even more powerful. That means you're using yoga as a tool, but you're focused on a narrowed market, or a persona is more laser focused persona. Okay, so that's the third P. The fourth P is potential. All of you just type potential in the comment box. Okay, there has to be a potential in the market. So for example, right now, say hospitality industry is going down. Okay, so the potential is not like how it used to be before. Or even what else? Restaurants. Okay, typical restaurants where people would go and sit and eat, even though things are opening up, but still it's not like how it used to be before. So the potential is not as much as before. But if you look at what we are doing over here, like online courses, online coaching, there's a huge potential. It's rising into a $325 billion industry. Okay, so when it comes to niche selection, you also need to look at whether there's a market potential in that. And the fifth P is payment. All of you just type payment in the comment box. Can you get paid? Okay, can you get paid for it? And don't worry, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to walk you through a methodology that I've developed, which is extremely powerful. And those people who actually follow these steps will, they will be so congruent with their niche that they'll be able to really develop something of value in the marketplace and not just be like a copycat. Okay, and not just create some other course just for the sake of creating a course. Okay, so when your passion solves a problem focused on a particular persona, where there's a potential in the market and you can get paid for it, then that is the niche. Okay, Ikigai covers only four sides. Okay, Ikigai is like, it's a very similar concept, but I've actually brought in the fifth dimension over here. You can compare the passion and all that stuff. Okay, so when these 5 dimensions align, then that is a starting point for you to crack the niche code. Now, having said that, I'm going to now reveal something to you which I only shared with my community members, and I'm going to open up, I'm going to just walk you through the steps over there, but people in my community will actually go through it. How many of you want to see this? Just type show me in the comment box. Okay, I'm going to give you a glimpse of what I've actually created in the niche clarity process. Okay, let's go and see this. So I'm right now inside my my members area, and I'm going to walk you through my course called Niche Clarity Blueprints. Okay, so how I've structured this is that there are 7 areas. I would say the 7 problems that people have which need to be solved. People have business growth problems, they have career growth problems, they have health and health problems, they have money problems, they have relationship problems, they have I wouldn't say problems, but personal development. Under that, there are so many subcategories. Like I'm going to show you some subcategories over here. And then you have arts and crafts. Like people, they want to improve their creativity, like music classes, dancing classes, painting classes. Online, it's happening now. I have many students who are creating online courses on music, on art, on other topics, martial arts, and so on. Okay. So the 7th problem is creativity. Okay, where you can enhance somebody's creativity. So I have a 6-step process for how do you narrow it down further besides the 5 P's that I actually shared with you. Okay, so let's take for example career growth. I'm going to go into career growth. So the first thing is one needs to identify the goal. See, under career there are 2 categories of people. Okay, I'll just come back to the screen here. Okay, on one side you have working professionals who want to upskill themselves and they want to grow in their corporate ladder, and you can either choose soft skills or hard skills to go deeper into it. Okay, and the other side in career, you also have students who want to score better marks, and I have many teachers in my community who are creating courses now on specific subjects, and they actually help them grow in their career. So under career, you have working professionals and students as 2 personas, and even in that you can narrow it down still further. Okay, so the first step is you need to first identify what is the goal that you want to help fulfill. So for example, if you are targeting working professionals, okay, there are different goals that people have. Somebody wants growth, somebody wants better salary, some people want better recognition, they want better work-life balance, they want better learning environment, better sense of leadership. So you have to pick one goal. Even though people even though people in the career space may have different, maybe your course can fulfill all these goals, but still there has to be a primary goal. Like in my case, the primary goal of my model is freedom. So I actually built my entire curriculum around the word freedom. How you can build a business without any office, without any employees, just using freelancers if you have to, okay? And how can you build a system that can work 24/7 even while you sleep? And you just need to focus on the things that really matter in a knowledge business, okay? So the goal that I wanted to fulfill for people is freedom, and around freedom I developed my model called the freedom business model, okay? So in the case of career, let's say you want to help people improve their leadership skills, because only if they're a leader they can get a better promotion and things like that. So leadership. So if it's better leadership, then the second step of the process of the niche selection is to then zero down on the method of leadership. Okay, how are you going to be doing this? See, there are different methods. Okay, let me show you the different methods. Like for example, under soft skills, there is communication, time management, behavioral, conflict resolution, problem solving, technical skills, creativity. There's so many subtopics under this. And then you can go deep. So under hard skills, there's job readiness, team management, research and development, technical skills. So if you're going to be focusing on leadership through, say, team building, okay, or leadership skills through, you want to create more leaders by improving their people skills. Now that can become a micro niche. Okay, I'm just giving an example over here. When you go into my course, there's a deeper process. I go deeper into really making you think about this. Okay, so what ends up happening is once you have understood the goal, and then once you've understood the spoke, there are different spokes to grow in your career. There are different spokes to grow in a business. There are different spokes to become more healthy. For example, health, there is a spoke of nutrition, there's a spoke of sleep, there is a spoke of how much water you need to have, there's a spoke of exercise. So you can take any one of these spokes, and inside this you have sub spokes as well. And that should become your niche. Okay, that should be your method. Okay, so when I say zero down on the method, is the first step is you need to zero down on the goal, and second step is you zero down on the method. And once you zero down on the method, the step 3 is you need to then storyfy this. Okay, when I say storyfy, is you have to find, you need to you got to create a story that really connects with you. Because you cannot just pick a niche or pick a topic just because it is the hottest thing. Like in my case, I've picked freedom because at different phases of my life, there were patterns where I did not have the freedom. And then I'm a college dropout. I scored only 20, and whatever success I've achieved is by doing things in the alternate way without going through the traditional educational system. And that's why my story is I'm here to create the next breed of digital teachers and digital coaches and digital mentors, because I believe that this is going to be the next, this is the next wave of education. We are actually transforming the education system itself. So it is congruent with my story and congruent with me as a person, because I'm somebody who's a non-graduate, and now a lot of people are becoming online leaders because I've developed an alternate way to do things. Are all of you with me till this point? Just type with you in the comment box. See, the principle here is your niche has to be based on your own life patterns and your own experiences in life. Okay? And then when you are able to find that story, then the next step is you have to go through a process which I won't be able to go through in depth, but it's called going through a spectral sweep. Okay? So a spectral sweep, to the next section, it's a methodology that I've developed. For example, let's say this is going to be on okay, which is this topic under health. Okay, I'm just going to go and look at this. See, let's say creativity in workplace, if that is going to be your niche. Okay, if that's going to be a micro niche. Now under creativity in workplace, there are many branches of that tree. There is creative thinking, originality, brainstorming, masterminding, going outdoor, self-reflection, thinking out of the box, stand-up meetings, fuel up. I just did a bit of research online. Now these can actually become the topics for your courses and curriculum. These can become the topics that you go deeper and research to develop this still further. Okay, I just give an example. Like this, I have multiple examples inside my niche course where I go into the other areas as well. Okay, so once you do a spectral sweep of what is possible, then you have to go and develop your personal clarity positioning. Like when your personal clarity document, it is like you need to have a very simple document. What is your name? What is your micro niche? What is your designation? What will be the name of your community? And what will be your mission statement? Once you get this very, very clear in your positioning, then there will be a sense of power in your positioning. Okay, there'll be a sense of power in the way that you project yourself out to the world, because what you would have selected as a niche would be in congruence with who you are as a person, and you would have also done enough research to understand what are the different elements of this game. And I give the example, your micro niche is like the branch of a tree. It's like the trunk of the tree. Okay? Your micro niche is the trunk of the tree. Under that micro niche, there'll be many branches of the tree like what I showed you. Okay? And then all the leaves on the tree are the different pieces of content that you need to be posting online to really attract the right kind of audience. And the fruits on that tree are your courses, are your coaching, your consulting, and whatever products that you're going to be developing to serve your target market. That is the fruits. It is the essence of your knowledge. But the roots are very, very important. How many of you want to know what the roots are? Just type BIO, bring it on. I'll tell you what are the roots. The roots of the tree are the depth of your information. It is your capability in your subject matter. Do you really have whatever it takes to deliver the result in your subject matter? Is it really congruent with who you are as a person? Okay? Or are you just simply doing something because it's the hottest thing in the market? Are you being unique and are you being original, or you're just being a copycat? All of these play a huge part, because if you are not having these roots, uniqueness, originality, capability, and congruence to your own niche, it is like trying to grow a tree by putting the tree on concrete. You're not going to get the fruits because the roots are not going deep. And if you had a bulb on moment right now, just type bulb on. Most people don't even have a clue about how to find their niche. I've invested thousands of dollars on various different systems to really find out how niche works. Okay, niche clarity. I've taken the affiliate marketing route, I've taken the blogging route, there's so many. You can just go search on Google, most profitable niches, and you'll find so many niches that you can choose from. But that's just a list. It may not be congruent with who you are. And this methodology, what I'm sharing with you, is something I've developed over the last 3 to 4 months, because I understand that this one idea is going to change the game of this industry in the future. You may be a coach, you may be a trainer, you may also have whatever, like a niche clarity process, whatever. But it has to be coming from a point where it is in alignment with the person. And then, how many of you here feel that if it is in alignment and when it's congruent with who you are, do you think then it will really add value to the marketplace? Do you think it will create magic in this world? Just type magic in the comment box. Truly, I'm seeing that happen, okay? In fact, the last 3 months, I've completely revamped a lot of my products, okay? And these, right now, what is happening is a complete change in the whole system of how people are building their knowledge business. Because with all honesty, I don't want to be somebody who's breeding copycats. I don't want to be somebody who's creating just some, anybody just doing anything and just selling substandard products. We are here to make a difference in industry, and we have that responsibility. So if you happen to be in my community, it is all the more important for you to follow these principles, because principles are more important. In fact, I was learning from my mentor recently, there are 4 aspects to the game. I'm just going to open my notes over here, okay? The first aspect to this game are principles. All of you type principles. When you are able to build your business on solid principles or values, and when I say principles, it's like, being unique, being original, even though you may be learning from different places, truly going deep into your product development, going deep into your research, developing your capabilities, all of that would come under principles. That's the first piece of the puzzle. In fact, that's the foundation, I should say. Once the principles are strong, then you go to the next step, which is strategies. Type strategies in the comment box. Strategies would come later. So strategies would be like, building your own ecosystem. That's a strategy. Creating your own hub is a strategy. Rolling out content on a continual basis, getting on Facebook Live, having a content plan is a strategy. If your principles are weak, then there's no point having strategies. Okay? The third part above strategies are are tactics. All of you just type tactics in the comment box. Tactics. Tactics will keep changing from time to time. Chatbot is a tactic. Webinar selling is a tactic. WhatsApp, 5-day WhatsApp class is a tactic. What else do we have? Online summits is a tactic. See, tactics can keep changing and evolving from time to time. There are some tactics that will work at some phases, some tactics need to be changing. Okay. But the problem in today's industry, or the problem in today's, if you look at the online courses industry, and if you look at overall the coaching and training industry, is everybody is recording and coming up with courses only focused on tactics. How to grow on TikTok, how to grow on various different platforms, what are the hacks, but no one is going deep into talking about principles. Strategies to some extent is there. And then the fourth element is actions. All of you just type actions in the comment box. So when you have strong principles, and when your strategies are built on strong principles, and from those strategies you're able to pick out the right tactic that is suitable for your niche, and then you create an action plan, then there's no doubt you will get results. And the reason why most people fail in the training and coaching business is because they go straight for the tactics. There's no principles. There is no depth in knowledge. There's no depth in going deep into the subject matter expertise. They just want to create something because somebody else has created it as the hottest thing. They just pick the niche. It's just random. And that's why there's a lot of garbage that's created in this industry. How many of you are able to resonate with the seriousness of what I'm actually sharing over here? Just type with you in the comment box. I want you to please share this on your wall. Please share this video on your wall, because there's somebody else who needs to hear this. And please tag a friend or tag somebody below that you know is from the knowledge business, or somebody is a coach or a trainer or a speaker or whatever you know. Please tag them in this, because they need to hear this. Let us make this industry really move forward in the right direction. Okay. And the only way to approach that is to approach it in this particular format that I shared. And that's how you'll really be able to build. So just to recap, your whole niche clarity process has to be approached from a very tactical angle. It has to be approached from a very angle where there's also a strong foundational principles and also strategic. There's principles, strategy, tactics, and only then you need to come up with an action plan. In fact, people who get into my coaching system, this is what I cover from the scratch. My Freedom Business Model is a 3-day course. That's where I inject the principles on what has to be done. The second step is, then I get into the strategies. This niche clarity is one of my strategic processes. And then I get into the tactics, like how to develop a course curriculum. If it's a 3-day course, how it should be done. If it's going to be, there are different models for courses, for coaching and for consulting. Under courses, you can create mini course, you can create challenge course. Under coaching, you can do one-to-one coaching, group coaching. Under consulting, you can do short-term, long-term. There are different ways to approach this game. In the fourth C, there's collaborations also. There's affiliate marketing, partnerships, alliances. Okay, we have created an alliance called the Digital Masters Alliance. It's one of the strategies of growth. As you're building your influence, that can be one of your strategies. So there are different ways to approach the game of building a knowledge business. Even though you narrow it down in your, even though you narrow down in your micro niche, in that micro niche, you can create 4 different layers of income streams if you want. Okay. So that's my message for all of you here today. Let's crack this code. Let's make this industry great again. Let us really, put our minds together. And while the knowledge industry is really booming and everything is happening, let us be really aware of where we are. See, with the rate of growth of my community right now, a lot of people are growing from all over the place. At this point, I'm not able to control who is doing the right thing and who's doing the wrong thing. And in all honesty, it's not humanly possible to do that. But the only thing I can do is I can record videos and messages like this so that the ideas get planted in the right way, so that people who are watching this at least can control their own business in the right possible way. Does this make sense? Just type "make sense" in the comment box. Yeah. So this is just a message to the community. Just want to tell all of you that it's great that this training and coaching industry is growing, and it is growing. It's just the beginning of this industry, but let's make it grow in a beautiful way. Okay. And let's create something beautiful where every person who is actually creating something is very focused. It's narrowed down approach. It is not a generic approach. It's a specialist approach. And as you're building your brand, then it will automatically go wide, and you'll know what to do at that stage. But please build your business on strong principles. Okay, that's my message to you. Thank you so much. Cheers. God bless. Keep watching out for more of my videos. And if any of you want to know more about my community, which is called Internet Lifestyle Hub, we are a crazy bunch of people on a mission to make the world a better place. All of you can just go to this link, ilh.world, and just have a look at ilh.world. It'll go to internetlifestylehub.com. Just go and check out what's happening over there, and get into this bandwagon if you want to be a part of a community that really stands on stronger values and principles to grow. Okay. All the best, and like I mentioned once again, please share this video, okay? Or please tag somebody who you know is a coach, trainer, or speaker. I think this will make a big difference to their whole approach and their game, and we can make this industry great, okay? Thank you so much. Cheers. And